Aloha and welcome to Exerion Training. Today we will be covering Test 8, which centers around finding assets in the system. The first one is show how to arrive at the Asset General Search screen in the system from a work order. I have a task list here that I'm going to pull up for Roland. So we could go into any work order. And the way you would do that is you would go to this button that says Assets and click on it. That takes you to an advanced search, and you could then run whatever you need to do to find that particular asset. For example, air handling unit, click OK, and then checking the box and clicking OK will add that particular asset to the work order. Okay, just like that. You can see now that there's an object in this work order that is that air handling unit I chose. So the work you do and the materials you do will be tied to that asset so we can understand what it costs to maintain our assets over time. Okay? That is item number 1. 2, show how to arrive at the Asset General Search screen from the system. The way we would do that is we would go to the top menu Maintenance, side menu Assets, and we would do the Advanced Search. Okay? That's how we would get to the search. Next, explain when an asset is needed to be added, when assets need to be added to a work order. The answer is whenever you are working on equipment that has a blue tag or a brown tag with white text, you need to have that asset in the system. Foreman can put it on before the technicians get the work order, or technicians can put it on. What's important is that it gets on, otherwise we cannot track costs against that asset. Okay? Number 4 goes into a demonstration on how to arrive at the same asset using different search criteria in the system. Okay? First, we're going to use category. I am going to choose an asset that is the flatbed truck in the motor pool system. Okay, here we are at the advanced search screen. I'm going to choose the flatbed truck, and I'm going to use only the category. Now these take a little bit of getting used to, so please familiarize yourself with the categories that are relevant to your department. But I know that vehicles is where I'm going to find the flatbed truck. So I selected vehicles, I click OK, and it will run the search. Now, right here, vehicle 056 is the Ford F-350 flatbed truck. If I click on it, it goes into the profile for that truck. Okay? Let's get to the same asset by doing the device ID. Okay? So I am going to set that back to be blank, and I am going to use this second one that's the device ID. Now, you may not have any of these memorized right now, but as you go through your work, you'll become very familiar with some of these device IDs. So I know that this is VH-056 for the truck because I'm familiar with it. If I click OK, I get a list of 1, and that is my flatbed truck. Okay? I'm going to go back, and I'm going to search the next way. Name. Okay? So if I am in the system, and I delete everything, and I use the name, I can type flat for flatbed and click OK. And you can see here that my F-350 flatbed truck is now right here, and I can get to it. All right? Next, we are going to search by manufacturer. So I'll delete that, and I'll go to here, and I know it's made by Ford, so I'll click F-O-R-D. Select Ford and click OK. Now I have a handful of Ford trucks But once again, right here, 0056 is my flatbed truck, and I have arrived at it. Lastly, oh, we skipped area. I did manufacturer. We're going to do area now. So if I go to my list, I can delete the Ford, and I can do it by area. Okay? So if the area name contains, oh, I don't know, MP for motor pool, and I click OK, I'm going to get all of the items that are in the motor pool area. You can see MP. And one of these items of the 145 will be my vehicle. Let's get to it. So this would be vehicle 56, and there it is, right here, my flatbed truck. Okay, searching by area. Now the last thing I will do is use a combination of any of the two. So what I'm going to do is do the manufacturer and the area. So let me get back to my window. I'll go back to my search criteria. So I already have the area, and I'm going to add the manufacturer, F-O-R-D, and I'll click OK. So here I've gotten a list that fulfills both criteria, that is MP in the name, and these are all Ford assets that have Ford as their manufacturer. And if we go into the asset, you'll see that manufacturer is Ford on this one as well as all the other ones. Now the last thing on our list is to show you how to look at the work order history for an asset. So any asset you arrive at in the system, you can quickly and easily, when you're in the asset just like this, go to this screen right here, okay? And up here you'll see a little arrow next to this gray one with the gray icon with the Roman numerals on it. If you come down to the helmet icon that says work orders, click OK to bypass the search, you will see a summary of your materials and labor on that particular piece of equipment. And that can be very useful if you think something's breaking down a lot and you want to check it out and really understand with numbers if that's indeed the case and we ought to replace it. You can go right there, look at it, and make a recommendation to your management to replace a piece of equipment instead of doing something dumb, which is keep repairing and funneling money into an asset that is costing us more than it would be to replace it. That concludes our training. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.